Krishnam Vande Jagadgurum.
With the divine blessings of Shri Dwarkadish Prabhu, Shri Lalji Prabhu, and under the guidance of Champaranya Pragatya Pithadish, Goswami 108 Shri, Dwarkesh Lalji Maharaj Shri, and Pragatya Pith Vraj, Goswami 108 Shri, Purushottam Lalji Maharaj Shri, considering their grace, we are here for a podcast which is going to be an exciting journey for all of you. Welcoming you, all the viewers, in the podcast, which is going to be hosted by me, Aditya Shastri, and our special guest and mentor for this podcast, whose name is Goswami Śrī Anugrahkumarji Mahodayshree. Without taking more of your time, we would like to speak with our guest, but there's some speciality that you need to know. It's a South Indian originated Acharya, speaking a language of North India, resided in Gujarat for more than 150 years, but now in Mumbai speaking your language. We are going to welcome Goswami Śrī Anugrahkumarji Mahodayshree. Dandat pranam JJ, namo namaha.
Namaskar. Shri.
How is Shri?
All good with Lord's grace. How are you?
I am good as well, and I'm pretty excited for today's session. And
so am me too.
Perfect. And it's a pleasure, it's an honor to be under Shri's grace. And something that you need to know about Pujya JJ. JJ is an Acharya. JJ is also a Guru. He happens to be my Guru's son. And at the same time, he's a brotherly figure and a friend to me. So it's my privilege and honor to have Shri over here. And throughout the entire journey, we are going to learn a lot of things. But I have one question that I'm going to ask right now. JJ, why podcast? Why are we here today?
So, one of the main reasons why am I starting with this podcast is, first of all, the younger generation in Pushtimarg, or we can say the sons and daughters of the proper lineage Vaishnavs, they are starting to lose interest in Pushtimarg, or they are not keen to know what Pushtimarg is. So the main motive of starting this podcast is to create awareness about Pushtimarg. What is Shuddha Dvait? The typical term used for Pushtimarg. And how can we explore it? And what are the different aspects? What are some facts? What are myths that are always followed? And something deep, that what a Pushtimargiya Vaishnav or me as a Pushtimarg Vaishnav should know. So the main reason why am I starting this podcast is for creating awareness in the younger generation and being from the lineage of, we can say, the incarnation of the Lord himself, Shri Vallabhacharya ji, Shri Goswami ji. Being in his Acharya Parampara, it is my fundamental duty to make people implement these, all the set of rules and the way Shri Vallabhacharya thinks and Shri Goswami ji thinks into their lives.
Correct.
So it is my motive, it is the term you call in Hindi, kartavya.
Right.
To make these people or me as a preceptor on my space or on the stage where I am, it is my duty to make people follow what Shri Vallabhacharya thinks and what is his mindset. So this podcast is a way through which we can reach people, we can reach youth, specifically youth I can say.
Correct.
Through which they can get some awareness, they can get some knowledge, they attain some knowledge of Pushtimarg.
Some lesser facts that you might not be aware of about JJ. JJ has studied both the things. He has studied in college and at the same time he has studied spiritual studies as well. If you ask me, he's a master in Sanskrit as a language. You've already seen his English by this time. He's an exciting human being when it comes to sports. He has deep knowledge of music. At the same time, he knows various musical instruments. He can cook samagris for Thakurji. He's fantastic in Shringar. If you ask me, he's an overall personality and he's going to guide you towards the entire journey about what is Pushtimarg and how are we going to learn it more. But JJ, I have a very interesting question. The name of the podcast is very exciting.
Okay, so after a huge brainstorming, we've come out with this name. The only thing or the only aspect on which Pushtimarg is dependent or Pushtimarg is formed on is the grace of the Lord.
Perfect.
Vina Prabhu Kripam Param, there is nothing else than Lord's grace in Pushtimarg. The Pushtimarg itself, it says the path of grace.
Correct.
So, we are here with the name Episodes of Grace.
That's fantastic. So we are going to learn more from the various episodes and through a series of episodes about grace, through Upshri's grace, Thakurji's grace at the same time. Since lot of Vaishnavas and lot of devotees go to so many places places of worship of Vishnu, and specifically we have seen a huge flow of devotees and Vaishnavas going to Nathdwara. I'm certain we might know who is there at Nathdwara, but the question comes in, who is Krishna? And is he imaginary in nature, or are there evidences in the scriptures like Ved or Upanishad or any of these where we can know more about him? So, who is Krishna? Is he an imaginary character? Does he come from Ved or any other scriptures?
Okay, so Krishibhu Vachak Shabdah. That is a explanation in Sanskrit. Bhu Sattayam. That is a dhatu. With na, that means happiness. Or we can say Anand.
Bliss.
So, Krishna himself is a form of bliss. We can say Anand. Everything in this world, the things we see right now, we feel happy with, all of them are temporary. Like, you just grab a piece of gulab jamun, you eat it, it is sweet for just 30 seconds.
Sure.
After that, it goes down.
Yeah.
Everything is temporary. But the term Anand, the shloka, which most of you might have heard in Śrīmad Bhāgavatam, it is the first shloka of Śrīmad Bhāgavatam Mahatmyam. Satchidananda Rupaya Vishwotpatyadi Hetave. We'll just take a first phrase of the shloka.
Satchidananda.
Satchidanand. These three things. So, he is himself full of bliss and also is always ready to give blessings or shower his blessings upon the devotees. So, Krishna, he, according to Shri Vallabhacharya ji, he mentions in his third scriptures amongst the main 16 scriptures, that is Shodash Granth, the third one, that is Siddhant Muktavali, Parab Brahmatu Krishnohi. Like, Krishna is the supreme most, according to Shri Vallabhacharya ji, and according to all of us Vaishnavas, as we follow him. For us, Krishna is the topmost, he is the supreme most. See, I'll just share an excellent thing, I just read it somewhere. Shiva says Krishna is God, Indra says Krishna is God, Varuna says Krishna is God, Agni says Krishna is God, Prithvi says Krishna is God, Krishna says, yes, I am God. Mattah parataram nanyat kinchidasti dhananjaya mai sarvam idam prodam sutre maniganaiva.
Bhagavad-gītā.
Yeah, in the Śrīmad Bhāgavad-gītā. He proclaims to Arjun that there is nothing beyond me. Just like in a thread, the moment you start pouring down the pearls, there's a necklace, and the thread is a medium through which all of the pearls are interconnected to each other.
Correct.
So Krishna is that thread. He is the connection through which all of these materialistic things, all of the divine things, all of the spiritual things, all of them are bound together.
Right.
So he himself accepts that. Now we get a question that is he having a sort of ahankar or ghamand? Yeah, so it is a...
Yeah, it's a very common question that comes in people's mind.
Exactly, it is a neutral mindset.
Yes.
So I'll just
Clarify.
convey it with an example. If you go to a place for having a dinner, right? There's a person, he's the head of the family, he's the eldest in the family. You go and ask him that is there someone elder to you in the family? What he's gonna say? No, there's no one elder to me.
No.
I'm the eldest.
Yes.
Because that is the truth. No one can defy that.
Yes.
He is the eldest.
Yes.
So at that time, Krishna himself is conveying that message that there is no one beyond me.
Beyond me.
That is the truth. There's nothing to glorify myself.
Right.
What am I saying is the truth. Yeah, so Krishna is himself Krishnat Param Nasti Daivam. In Antakarna Prabodh Shri Vallabhacharya states. So we as Vaishnavas are very fortunate enough that we are getting such an easy way to reach the Lord, reach Krishna through Shri Vallabhacharya ji. We should never forget him.
Absolutely.
Yeah, so Shri Krishna, we can clarify in a short statement that he is the supreme most and actually the most joyful Lord in the whole universe, we can say.
Correct. So someone who has the ultimate power and at the same time blissful
Yeah, exactly.
defines Krishna. Fantastic.
And Krishna is he's a deity who can also play in a gopi or we can say cowherd
Sure.
in English if we typically
Correct.
translate it. Gopi is a very excellent concept. We cannot like come out with it in an English concept, but Gopi Prem Ki Dwaja,
Right.
she's the one who proclaims, who explains what is love.
Right.
And if you start seeing it in a materialistic world, she's just a coward.
Right. So cowherd is not a literal translation of Gopi.
Yeah, exactly.
Gopi itself is a broader
Concept, yeah.
concept, right?
So Krishna is the one who can also play in the veranda of a gopi and also can lead the whole kingdom of Mathura, whole kingdom of Dwarika.
Right.
So he has such a variation in his life. For us, he is our role model.
Right.
You understand?
Right.
We cannot copy him, but we can learn from him. So the difference between Ram and Krishna, my Taji Maharaj, Shri Purushottam Ji Maharaj, he used to clarify it to my Puj Jyesht Pitracharan, Shri Tarkesh Lalji Maharaj Shri. He used to say a nice thing. Krishna nu charitra smaraniya chhe and Ram nu charitra anukaraniya chhe.
Absolutely.
Krishna is the one who should be heard of, who should be settled in mind. And Lord Rama is the one who should be copied in life.
To be implemented in
Yeah.
life.
So he's the one who teaches us how to live life. And Krishna is the one who has performed such things that we can always keep on remembering and we get that anand term in our life.
Perfect. For viewers who don't know what is Taji, Taji refers to grandfather. So when JJ is mentioning Taji at all given point of time, it will be known as grandfather in our routine language. A lot of people have this narrative that Vishnu is the source or Krishna is the source. But there's a lot of confusion maybe between the sampradayas or maybe between the different belief systems. So we also have heard that Vishnu has Krishna as an avatar, and this is something that we have studied in our textbook since so many years. What will be the Pushtimargiya narrative, or what is the thought process or the principle as per Sri Vallabhacharya's sampradaya? Who comes first? If Apshri can clarify on this.
Yeah. So according to Sri Vallabhacharya ji, Krishna is the topmost. But which Krishna, we understand that. First of all, let's make a concept clear. Narayan and Vishnu, both of them are different. They're not the same.
So Narayan and Vishnu, which has been interchangeably used, are separate.
Yeah, they both are different.
Okay.
So Narayana has two different types of incarnations. One is Leela avatar, one is Guna avatar.
Leela avatar and Guna avatar.
Yeah.
Okay.
So Guna avatar is the one who has incarnated to make something, to produce something, and to maintain or destroy something
Okay.
for the working of the universe.
Is this connected with the concept of generator, operator,
Exactly,
destroyer
yeah.
in any format?
Yeah,
So again, generator being Brahmaji,
yeah. Maintaining
operation
By
or
Vishnu.
maintenance is done by Vishnu.
and destruction is by Shivji or
Destruction is
Maheshji.
by
No, not
Mahesh.
Shivji, let it be Mahesh. Yeah.
Mahesh. Okay, there is a difference there. As well.
Yeah.
Fair.
So these three are Gunavatar of Narayan.
Okay.
Then we have Leela avatar. What
Uh-huh.
is Leela avatar? An incarnation that has come upon the earth for a specific thing or for a specific perspective or a reason.
Okay, so
Let
there
it
is
be
a
Narsingh Ji.
purpose.
Yeah,
There's
exactly.
A
For a
purpose.
purpose, specific purpose.
Okay.
Like Narsingh Ji.
Sure.
He incarnated just because of Prahlad.
Correct.
Let it be Varahaji. He incarnated just to save the earth from that was drowning in the ocean.
Correct.
Yeah? So for anything done or the avatar that is incarnated for a specific purpose is Leela avatar.
Okay.
So you understand? Narayan has two things, two avatars. One is Leela avatar, one is Guna avatar. Okay. And above Narayana is Shri Krishna.
In the general phase or in that any specific phase?
Yeah. So again, we'll simplify that. Krishna, he comes up or incarnates as into his full intensity in Saraswat Kalpa. Now, what is Saraswat Kalpa? It is a time group means in whole Hinduism we can say that there are different timelines. Like there is Manvantar, there is Kalp, there is Yug,
Correct.
there is Chaturyugi.
Sure.
So a cluster of 4.3 billion years forms one Kalpa.
Estimatedly perfect.
Yeah.
Okay.
Like around 4.3 billion years.
Perfect.
There are different Kalpas like Brahma, Padma, Shvetavaraha, the one that is going on
Correct.
right now, and Saraswat.
Okay.
Krishna incarnates in all of these Kalpas.
Okay. So Krishna has been there in all the kalpas.
Yeah.
Perfect.
But Krishna only incarnates to his full intensity in Saraswat Kalpa.
Okay. So is it like that I have all the powers and I bring only some portion of the powers on regular times and only one specific time I come as a whole self?
Yeah, exactly.
Is that what Akshay is
that
trying
is
to
the
say?
mindset. Yeah.
Okay. Perfect. This
That
is
is the
helpful.
message Shri Vallabhacharya ji conveys, that Shri Krishna comes or incarnates to his full intensity. Purna Purush. Purushottam. Purusheshu Uttamam. The person who is the best in everyone, anything that exists. He comes down or he incarnates during Saraswat Kalpa, and he is the one, he is the deity of all of our Vaishnavas, Pushtimarg Vaishnavas.
Okay, perfect. So there's a specific Kṛṣṇa which has been
Yeah.
defined in the sect by the Acharya Charan, and he is being served, worshipped, thought upon, meditated upon in whichever format possible
Yeah,
in
exactly.
Pushtimarg. Okay. Apshri had mentioned one really interesting word, and that was Leela. What is Leela and how do we understand it?
What is Leela? So something that is done without an ultimate motive. Only and only for, as I termed before, Anand, for bliss.
Okay.
Anything that is only done for the satisfaction of Lord himself.
Okay.
So these days people translate Leela to sports, to actions. Leela is something that is done only for satisfaction of the Lord and for bliss.
So there is a common term which is being utilized for his divine sports, for his divine activities. By the way, just to give you context, JJ loves sports. He's an amazing cricketer. He can really bat really well. But he's not meaning sports as Leela. Leela is a separate concept which is only for Thakurji. Sports and actions that we do in common life is not considered as Leela. So, continuing further.
Yeah, so there's a shloka that says Anandasya Harer Leela in Nibandh, Shri
Correct.
Mahaprabhuji's Tattvartha-deep Nibandh.
Correct.
Okay, so let me say Mahaprabhuji Shri Vallabhacharya ji.
I understand why you're mentioning that.
Yeah.
Fair.
So anything that is done for Anand or bliss, that is Leela.
Here, the bliss is not of people.
No, it is of the Lord himself.
Okay. So, despite being blissful himself, he will still have, I can't use the word desire, but he will still like to feel blissful.
Yeah, and by seeing him, people start feeling blissful themselves.
Okay. So, the devotees are observing him.
Yeah, after the observation or after they, we can say scout on the Leelas,
Sure.
we start feeling blissful ourselves. Because he does such excellent things.
Correct.
So after watching them, one also starts pertaining Anand. After hearing it
Right.
or after seeing it, anything.
So, we can take some reference to, example, Thakurji being in Gokul and his incarnation is being celebrated.
Yeah.
And people are enjoying that particular moment. Thakurji might play a passive role of just being there. But his being there is also giving bliss to other people.
Yeah, exactly. It says all of them, the term is termed as Nanda Mahotsav.
Correct.
Yeah. So the people in Gokul or the people that were present there, they were so happy. And also because of the presence of the Lord himself,
Of course.
Bhagavan himself, they feel so nice. There's a statement or there's a line of a kirtan that says, Tab ta dinite ve log sukh sampatti na taje. The day Lord incarnated in Gokul, all of the miseries, all of the melancholy environments, everything of all of the people living in Vraj, everything was eradicated.
Right.
So all of them started living a happy life.
Right.
And they thought someone excellent or someone different than others has come up in Vraj. People didn't know at that time
Right.
that he is the, you can say, the supreme most personality, or he's the Parabrahm.
Right.
But they knew that there is something different.
Something different.
Yeah,
So
exactly.
they could experience the bliss just by Thakurji being there.
Yeah.
Now, the level of that bliss might change when Thakurji intentionally does something.
Yeah.
Fantastic. Okay. So Leela is a not translated term as only an action, but it's concluded as anything that he desires to do for his own bliss.
Yeah. And also in Brahma Sutra we get it, an example that says, na prayojanavatvaha. That again the same thing, that nothing or a thing that is not done or not having an ultimate motive.
Correct. Prayojan is missing.
Yeah, prayojan
Yeah.
is missing. Exactly.
So he's just doing it.
Yeah.
Right. Okay. Since Apshri has mentioned about Leelas, is Thakurji doing, and Apshri also mentioned that Krishna avatar has happened multiple times. Considering those combinations of Krishna coming as himself or Narayan coming as Krishna, do the Leelas change as per every avatar that happens, or how does it happen?
Yeah, it does change.
Okay.
Like the explanation or the textual writings of Śrīmad Bhāgavatam, Śrīmad Bhāgavat, the shlok-wise explanation that you get is for only and only the Lord or the Krishna of Saraswat Kalpa.
Perfect.
Because he's coming up with full intensity. You understand?
In a particular time frame.
Yeah, exactly. So, Śrīmad Bhāgavat is word-to-word explanation of the Lord or Bhagwan who has incarnated himself in Saraswat.
Saraswat Kalpa. Okay. So there might be other Purans where Krishna's story or Krishna Leela has been mentioned.
Yeah.
But it need not be specified as the time frame of Saraswat Kalpa as Apshri has mentioned.
Yes.
So it could be in other variation of time frame as well.
Yeah.
Are those Krishna complete, or they are lesser or any different in format of the one that is mentioned in Bhagavat?
Yeah. So, there's nothing that can be commented on less or more.
Sure.
But the Krishna from Saraswat Kalpa, he has come up, as we talked about, in his full intensity. So he is only the supreme most according to Shri Vallabhacharya ji.
Purnanando Haris Tasmat.
Yeah, exactly.
Krishna eva gatir mama. Okay. So JJ, what would be the reason for Thakurji or Krishna to come multiple times?
Yeah, so there's a very famous shlok in Bhagavad-gītā that says, Yada yada hi dharmasya glanir bhavati bharata abhyutthanam adharmasya tadatmanam srajamyaham paritranaya sadhunam vinashaya cha dushkritam dharma sansthapanartha. The phrase is to be focused on.
Correct.
Sambhavami yuge yuge. Why does, or what is the need for Krishna to come again and again, or to incarnate again and again in whichever means? Let it be, see, according to Pushtimarg Vaishnavs, Shri Vallabhacharya is the Lord himself. He is the Krishna himself. His son, Shri Goswami ji states, Kavi bhirapi sada vastutah Krishna eva. He himself is the Lord. For Pushtimarg Vaishnav, this is a mindset. Yeah. So also he is incarnated for the same reason. Shri Krishna says, whenever the righteousness of people, termed as dharma, decreases or its intensity starts to fall down, I always incarnate.
Right.
So in conclusion, Shri Krishna has to incarnate in timely basis just to reestablish dharma.
So in the spirit of re-establishing dharma, people love the Krishna that is there in Mahabharata. Right? So the affinity of him guiding Arjun or protecting Pandavas or taking charge of Draupadi while protecting her, all of this is very much loved by everyone. But the question keeps on revolving in youngsters' mind, whether the Krishna in Mathura, whether the Krishna in Dwarka, and whether the Krishna in Vraj, are three of them any different, or they are one and the same?
Yeah, so Krishna is always same. Let it be of Vraj, let it be of Dwarka, let it be of Mathura. Just the difference is, Shri Mahaprabhuji states, Bhajaniyo Vrajadipa. Krishna, who is in Vraj, is most appropriate to worship.
To serve.
According
Correct.
to Shri Vallabhacharya. Yeah.
Right.
So he is the one who should, Pushtimarg Vaishnav should always serve Vraj ke Thakur.
Vraj ke Thakur.
Yeah. So the Krishna who is residing in Vraj Mandal.
Right.
All of the three are worshipped.
Right.
But to serve is only limited for the Krishna who is residing in Vraj.
So, સેવા વ્રજના ઠાકોરજીની અને માન આદર સત્કાર એ
ત્રણેય ઠાકોરજીનો.
ત્રણેવ ઠાકોરજીનો. ઓકે. સેવા એકની પણ આદર સત્કાર ત્રણેવનો. ઓકે. પરફેક્ટ.
In Trivid Leela Namavali, there's a clear statement that states Prem, Asakti and Vyasan. These three things. What is Prem? Prem is love. What is Asakti? Asakti is attachment.
Right.
And what is Vyasan? Vyasan is addiction.
Right. In the right format.
Yeah, in the best format I can say.
In the best format.
Yeah.
Okay.
So, love always generates in Vraj Leela, according to Trivid Leela Namavali.
Even Thakurji is like Balak, so you will automatically feel.
Yeah, start feeling that, the feeling of the mother,
Right.
the love.
Right.
So, the only Krishna that is to be served in Pushtimarg is from Vraj. All of these are always respected from Dwarka and Mathura.
Right.
But Krishna in Vraj, he is to be served.
Right. So our natural alignment or affinity with Vrajka Thakur becomes very common.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay. So one of the other reasons why Thakurji is also known as Vrajraj, Vrajapriya. And that's very common name in Pushtimarga household as well. Vraj is a very common term that comes
Exactly.
by.
And because the Leelas, as I stated,
Right.
the Leelas that Shri Krishna has done in Vraj or he's performed in Vraj are very attractive, you can say. Like there's a shlok in Bhagavatam that states, Vatsan munchan kvachit samaye krosa sunjata hasaha.
Right.
So, in his childhood,
Right.
he used to perform many such activities that always, kept those Vrajvasis or the people residing in Vraj.
On toes.
Yeah, always on toes and always indulged in him.
Right.
Like when he was small, in his childhood days, he used to, the cowherds there, they used to tie their calves and cows in the cow sheds. Krishna used to reach there and start unknotting all of these cattle and used to throw them away, used to make them run away.
Right.
So all of these people, they bombarded on Shri Krishna. It's not good.
Yeah, they blamed Yashodaji that what is your Krishna
son
doing?
Is not nice for us.
Yeah.
He's doing bad things.
Kaso lalo hai tero.
Exactly. So he used to do such things that are very indulging and actually creates joy and bliss.
Right.
There's an excellent essence of such Leelas that Krishna performed in Vraj.
Right.
So that is the reason he is to be served in Vraj Leela.
Just to tell you all, just because our Thakurji is naughty doesn't mean Vaishnavas are naughty. Yeah? Just to tell you in advance.
Exactly, yeah.
Yeah. We're very blissful while talking about Thakurji. We're very excited because the Leelas are so attractive and there's so much innocence in all of them that even if Thakurji does something which is not acceptable to brains, but it's just beyond our imagination. And since you're talking about Vrajna Thakur, everyone likes to go Vraj and they've heard a lot about Girirajji, Govardhanathji, but a lot of people don't know that Srinathji used to be in Vraj and now he's in Nathdwara. So a lot of people feel that Srinathji has always been in Nathdwara. But the question comes, do Vaishnavas even know who is Srinathji and is there any connection between Srinathji and Krishna? If Apshi can clarify on that, that'll be great.
Okay, so this is a very important question. Is Srinathji and Shri Krishna the same? My answer is always yes. And yes, there is no difference between Shri Krishna and Srinathji.
Okay.
There's a shlok in Brihan Narad Upanishad that says, Govardhana dharam vande gopalam gopurupinam in Purushottam Mahatmya. That Govardhan Dhar, that is the second name of Shriji Baba. Shriji Baba is the second name of Srinathji. Yeah, so he has multiple names.
Of course.
So, the shloka states, Govardhana dharam vande gopalam gopurupinam. He is the one who carries all the cows, who secures all the cows, or the same person, or the same, we cannot say person, he's the same deity who used to live in Vraj, who used to reside in Vraj Mandal. So there's no difference between Shriji Baba and Shri Krishna. Both of them are the same.
So there is Govardhan Nathji. Govardhan Nathji was later known as Srinathji. Srinathji is later known as Shriji. So this is how people have shortened these names.
Yeah, shortened the names, yeah.
For their own convenience. I hope they don't do anything further.
Yeah.
I just hope they don't do anything further. So Krishna is same as Srinathji. Srinathji is same as Krishna.
Yeah.
What was the need of Srinathji to come, or what was the need of Krishna to come again certain years ago? If Akshay can give more highlights about it so that the younger Vaishnavas can connect better.
So first of all, let's understand who Srinathji is and why people go for darshan. People go there to have a glance of Shriji Baba. But they don't know why is Shriji Baba standing like this.
Right.
So the main reason is, first of all, if we understand who Shriji Baba is and then understand why is he there and what is his actual story, katha, it will be a good thing. So a shloka states, Utkshipta hasta purushaha bhaktam akarayatyuta. That he is the one who is calling all of his devotees from his left hand. Come towards me. Once they come, then he has the second hand on his waist, that is a thumb out.
Mm-hmm.
In Hindi, typical MP Madhya Pradesh language, it is stated as Thenga dikhaya teko.
Right. Thengo dekha rahe ho ja.
Haan.
Right.
So, means you lose in front of me. So once Shriji Baba calls all of his devotees, he then captures them into his hand.
Right.
And once they are in his hand, then he challenges them. If you have the ability, just go away from here.
Right.
Or just pass this out.
Right.
Pass out from my hand. But no one can.
No.
So he just gives this.
Right.
Ali le tu, kahin nahi tha. You understand?
So, Thakurji is doing a Leela with us, because of which he is calling you. So, misconception in most of the people's mind is ke hathe thi Govardhan uchakyo chhe. That is what people define Govardhan Nathji as. But I think the real sense is Bhaktanam, calling for the devotees.
Yeah, exactly.
And then beholding here, and at the same time showing that thumb.
Yeah.
That
he is a swarup of Govardhan Dharan. That the time when Shri Nandarayji, or the father of Shri Kṛṣṇa in Saraswat Kalpa, Vraj, he sits in front of Govardhan Devta, he starts eating on the Annakut, he starts having Annakut. At that time, the Swarup, or the picture that was formed, is then fit into Shri Nandarayji's and Yashodaji's mind. And that has come out as Shri Govardhanaji.
Shri Govardhan Nathji.
Yeah.
Correct.
So he's the one, he belongs from the Leela of Govardhanodharan. That is when he lifted Shri Govardhan Parvat. But many people say that he only picked up Govardhan from his left hand. That is not truth. That is not the true thing. There's a kirtan in Pushtimarg that says, Kaan kuvar ke kar pallav par mano Govardhan nritya kare. There is not a specific hand on which Shri Krishna has lifted Shri Govardhan Parvat. You understand? He wishes to put it on this hand, he puts it on this hand. He wishes to put it on this hand, he puts it on this hand. It depends on him. There is no such specific, rule or a scripture that says that only from this hand.
Yeah, even Bhagavad-gītā says, Ityuktvena hastena.
Yeah.
It's one of the hands. Which one? That is not defined there. So, these are as per the scriptures, like Garga Samhita has mentioned this, or Bruhad Narad Puran has mentioned this. Is there any other scripture within the Sampradaya which will give us more understanding about Srinathji?
So there is an, I can say, excellent creation of Sri Mahaprabhuji, that is Sri Parivridashtakam. In each and every shloka ending, Sri Mahaprabhuji always states the same thing. Just like in Krishna Shri, he says Krishna eva gatir mama in each and every shloka.
Correct.
In Parivridashtakam, he states Rati Pradurbhavo Bhodu Satatam Shri Parivride. What is Parivride? The word Parivrid itself means Krishna who resides with Swamniji in front of me. Swamniji, Shri Radhaji.
Right.
Yes, so Shriji Baba is Parivrid for all of us.
Okay.
For Shri Acharya Charan himself also, Shri Mahaprabhuji also.
Right.
He says, always my love increases towards my Parivrid or Shri Krishna with Shri Swaminiji, because in Pushtimarg, Thakurji is always worshipped with Swaminiji. Each and every Swarup of Pushtimarg has Swaminiji inside them.
Okay. Wow.
So, Govardhanodharan or Shriji Baba is himself a Thakurji, that has Thakurji and Swaminiji, both of them together. So, he is Parivrid, or we can say mixture, or both of them are same, I can say. Rati Pradur Bhavo Bhavatu Sadadam Shri Parivride, or my love always increases into the Lord.
Fantastic. And what was the sole reason for Thakurji to leave Vraj and come to Nathdwara? Why Srinathji decides to go away from the place where he has got all the love, from the place where he has showered the love, and why does he land up here?
Yeah, so this is an example through which we can learn that if a word is given, it is given. The story is of Mewad's princess. Her name was Ajab Kuwar Bai. Now Shriji Baba used to go there to play. There's a game called Choppered. We can say Ludo in today's term. Not exactly Ludo, but such type of game. So Shriji Baba used to go there to play Choppered with Ajab Kuwar Bai. Once when Shriji Baba was returning, Ajab Kuwar Bai held his hand and told him that don't go, please stay over here. So Shriji Baba, he gave him his word that I will be here, I will be coming here and will be staying here for a longer period of time. And will be showering my grace upon all the devotees. So from that day, after some duration, after some time, when there was a certain time fixed that after some balaks, they go into Nitya Leela. Now let me say what is Nitya Leela. Nitya Leela is a specific term used in Pushtimarg that Lord's Leela is always going on. There's never a stop to it. So, the regular or the daily Leela Prabhu performs is termed as Nitya Leela, that is always going on. And anyone in Pushtimarg, if he is a Brahma Sambandhi Vaishnav, Brahma Sambandh is a admission in Pushtimarg, a mantra that is given for admission in Pushtimarg. So, anyone who has taken Brahma Sambandh or that Diksha has the right to go to Gaulok or Vaikunt or Nitya Leela Dham. All these three things are same.
So, in this scenario, when Thakurji is doing Leelas, he has the right to, I can't say he has the right, he's right, of course he is right. But just to shower his grace, he might give certain promises to certain devotees and he might implement it. And that becomes one of the reasons why he comes from Vraj to Nathdwara.
Yeah.
Fantastic. And is there any story about Srinathji that excites you a lot or is very close to your heart that you would like to share with us?
Yeah, so I like one of his prasang. Prasang is a story, a divine story I can say. So, there was a sevak, there was a follower of Sri Mahaprabhuji, his name was Govind Swami. So once Thakurji was playing with him, he threw some pebbles at Govind Swami. He threw 6 pebbles, then he threw 7th one. And as he threw the 7th one, Govind Swami, he again pulled back a pebble and threw it on the Lord himself. so Shri Gosai Ji, he got to know about it. He called Govind Swami. He scolded him that why are you doing these things? He's the Lord and you perform such activities in front of him, that does not work.
Right.
So Govind Swami said, आपके बालक को संभालो ना.
He's taunting back.
Yeah. He says कि आपके बालक ने मारी है तो मैं क्यों नहीं मारूं सामने.
Right.
You understand? So that is the essence and that is the, you can say, maja of Pushtimarg.
Right.
That is the thing Pushtimarg is Prathak Sharana Margopadeshta, like something different from all of the other sects or other margas.
It's unique. It's different.
It has an extreme and unique essence.
Right.
That all of the margs do not have. Like, they do have in their own way, but Pushtimarg is something different according
Something exclusive.
Yeah.
Okay. Since you're talking about exclusive, JJ, I'm going to put you at spot because we are reaching towards the concluding side. So I'm going to give you a choice, but you won't have time to think about the choice. And if I ask you, you might have to justify your choice as well. So there'll be 2 scenarios. You have to select one. And there might be a cross question, why that one? Then you have to justify that. Okay? So let's have a trial round and then we can take it forward. So you have a choice between Kesari and Kasumba.
Kasumba.
Okay, why Kasumba?
I love the Lord when he wears Kasumbal or red. Kasumbal is red.
Right.
So it is a shade of red, I can say, but he looks the best in Kasumbal.
Fantastic. Okay, so there are two utsavs, Jalavihar and Chandan Yatra. Which one do you prefer?
Chandan Yatra.
Why Chandan Yatra?
Chandan Yatra, specifically that happens on Akshaya Tritiya. It actually marks the start of summer.
Right.
So after you apply Chandan on the Lord, or you offer Chandan to him, also after offering you get, the soothingness or the cold Lord wishes or Lord has to have, we also start getting it after offering that Chandan.
Right.
We start feeling, it might feel so good, so nice, so cold to the Lord in this so scorching hot summer.
Right.
So Chandan Yatra is one of my most favorite utsavs, where we can think of, you can say Prabhu Sukh, the term is termed in Pushtimarg, that the way Lord likes,
Right.
not we like.
Right.
All of the different sects, some of them have these things that the way you like, you have to treat the Lord. No. In Pushtimarg it is, the way Lord likes, you have to treat him.
It's reverse.
Yeah. So in this hot summer, no one likes to wear, those jari vastras and those woolen clothes and so much of, ornaments and everything.
Right.
So on Akshaya Tritiya, we have a Madhya Shringar. That is a Shringar that is
Medieval
mild, yeah.
in size, yes.
We have Pichoda, that is only a cloth that is tied on his waist.
Right.
And we have such big balls of chandan that is offered on his chest, on all of his hands,
Arms.
and on this,
Lotus feet.
on his lotus feet. Yeah.
Lovely.
So that is the reason I like Akshaya Tritiya. You get to experience that what the Lord might like.
Right. Shrama Tap Nivaran.
Yeah, exactly.
Fantastic. Since Apshi mentioned summer, Ushnakal or Sheetkal?
Oh, this is a good question. If you want to explore Shringar, if you want to go deeper into Shringar, Vastra and Sat Seva, of course Sheetkal. But in terms of darshan and to have a glance of the Lord, always Ushnakal.
Okay. What would you prefer, rules or love?
Love, anytime. No rules.
So, is it the case that a Vaishnav in the initial days learns the rules and then learns to love?
Yeah, so Pushtimarg is bound in such a way. One person starts feeling love towards the Lord. He is not into love. He starts feeling a feeling of love. But then he gradually enters into Pushtimarg, learns some mindsets and some scriptures of Sri Vallabhacharya and then falls into love with the Lord.
Fair.
And once that type of love is produced in one's heart, it is on a permanent basis, not on a temporary basis.
Perfect. A choice between Bhakt or Bhagwan?
You're asking good questions. Both of them are actually not different.
Okay.
And Lord himself is dependent on his Bhakta and Bhakta himself is dependent on his Lord. Aham Bhakta Paradina.
Damodaro Bhakta Vashyo. Both of them.
And Bhakta himself says, Krishnam Sarvam.
Right.
Everything is Lord for me.
Right.
So I cannot have a choice between these two. Both of them are equally important.
Then I think the next one is going to create a problem for Apshi because Apshi has to choose between Swaminiji and Thakurji.
That is it's a very vigorous question. See, I have a mindset for this. Both of them are not different.
Fair.
Shri Krishna has Swaminiji in himself.
Right.
So we cannot, differentiate these two things.
Correct.
These two deities, one is Shri Thakurji, Swaminiji. Both of them are together and together they are the best and
Right.
best to worship.
Best to worship. Right. So I don't think I can put Apshi more on the spot, but as a concluding statement for this episode on Srinathji, would Apshi like to give a message to the audience?
Yeah. So, Shriji Baba or Srinathji, he is the topmost for all of our Vaishnavas. As said in this podcast, as discussed in this podcast, there's no one bigger than him. And we, fortunate enough, have Shriji Baba with the grace of Shri Mahaprabhuji. And we simply got him. So, why not relish him with all of our senses? So, it is one of our main motive of a Pushtimargiya Vaishnav to relish the Lord with all of his senses, may it be his eyes. He wants to see different Leelas that Prabhu has performed. He wants to hear the different Leelas Prabhu has performed. Each and everything we all wish should be only related with the Lord.
Perfect. This embarks the end of episodes of Grace. And since this is our first podcast, we are really keen and excited to tell you a little more about the future ones. But we will refrain from saying that. Having said this, I convey my Dandavat Pranam to Shri. Thank you so much for gracing this. And for all of you, stay tuned with episodes of Grace. It's Goswami Śrī Anugrahkumarji Mahodayshree, feat Adi the Modern Monk, who are going to have this podcast about Pushtimarg, wherein we'll talk about things that you are aware of and at the same time help you understand the things that you are not aware of. So stay tuned, subscribe, like and share episodes of Grace.